Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations, 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. Also, I'd like to say I co-host and co-produce the only online show in the world for dads and fathers. It's sponsored by Dove Men Plus Care. And as always, I'd like to say you are blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. Good morning, June 23rd on the Morning Vibe. We're here in the Toronto area. It's overcast, cloudy. I don't know. I don't chime in and tell me where you're watching from, because was there rain last night? I thought I got up at 4 o'clock, or I sort of woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning saying, is that rain? So can you, if you're a weather person, tell me if we had some rain in the greater Toronto area this morning. I don't know if I got it or not, or had any or not. I went outside on the veranda where I live and didn't see any spots of rain or remnants of rain. So I don't know. So this is Friday. Hope everyone's had an outstanding week. Tell me what you've been up to. Now, I don't know if Ryan's going to be joining us or not. Excuse me. So looking forward to just like an open house, town hall. If there's anything you wanted to chat about today, let's bring it to the table. Just a few things. So on Monday's show, all things being good, we're going to have the first mobile, the Morning Vibe. Why is that? Well, I'll be in transit down to Windsor, Ontario via train, and the train says they have good Wi-Fi. We'll see what happens. Oh, people jumping in. Say hello, everyone. Say hello. Tell me what's going on. So as I said, on Monday, I'm leaving somewhat early in the morning to take I think it's a 4-hour train ride to Windsor. And all things being good, we're speaking it. I'll be doing the Morning Vibe mobile on a train. Ryan will still be at home, so Ryan will be there also. So we'll see how it goes. And whoever's watching, please say hello where you're chiming in from. This is like a town hall today. Anything on your alleged mind you want to chat about or want me to chat about, bring it to the table. Bring it to the table. As always, a few housekeeping rules. Please like the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. So liking is great, but the notifications is even better, so you get notified about upcoming conversations on my platform. I not only host the Morning Vibe on Monday and Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern time, but also Sunday afternoons at 5 p.m. I host Black Canada Talking, and on Sunday nights I host State of Things with Aisha, Jill, and Lala. Oh, some people are saying hello this morning. Who we got in the house? Good morning, Fitness IQ Cam. Good morning, Shirley J. Oh, thank you so much, ladies. Thank you for taking the time. What's going on in your world? Anything you want to share, promote, have Dr. Vi give his take on? Would love to hear. So yeah, so what else? What are the things we want to talk about? Also, join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Please email me at dr.vibe@drvibeshow.com. I run a few channels. Then the other Discord channel that I run, one of the other ones, the Discord group with State of Things with Aisha, Jill, and Lala. Wow, they are on fire. They are got so much communication going on there. So I want you guys to catch up, and let's have a whole pile of people discussing things that are of importance to them. So Fitness IQ Cam is okay. Hold on. Let me just do something. We're gonna do everything here: produce, host, all those things. Okay, we're All right, and it's like yeah, also from the Ottawa area, Sophia Jacobs. Good morning. Good morning. Great to have you here. Actually, one of the things I saw this week, the Face Coalition is now offering up to 50 grants for entrepreneurs. It's co-sponsored by the TD Bank. So that's one we could chat about right now. What do you think about all this situation? You know, what is all the funding that's been done for Black Canadian entrepreneurs? What are your thoughts on that? So that's something we can pick up on. Fitness says Fitness, the Pickering accident caused many mayhem. Yeah, there was a really bad accident in the Eastern GTA early on this week that messed up a lot of people. Unfortunately, two people lost their lives. So what can I say? And Fitness IQ Camp says hello from Toronto or Markham. Sophia, where is the link? I saw a post on Facebook about it. Let me see if I can bring it back up on my screen. Okay. All right. Let me just see if I can pull it up for you. No. Interesting. In their posts, I don't see it. No, I don't see, but I did see something about them offering a like up to 50 grants. I did see it. That I did see it. I'm trying to look for it right now. Just give me a second to see if I can find it. No, I'm pretty sure I did see it somewhere. I don't and again, let me just see if I see it on their website. But I did see something about them in collaboration. Propelling. No, I don't. Sorry, Sophia. I did see something last night and I wanted to talk about it, but I don't know where it is. And it's not on their Facebook page, or not, I mean, their Instagram page, which is interesting. But hey, we'll keep an eye on that. Yes, Fitness IQ Cam. Thank you. Thank you. So what's on everyone's mind? What are you doing this weekend? Are you finally getting into the summer season? They're predicting a hotter than usual or normal summer. Do you have any comments on the 5 gentlemen that lost their lives in that accident in the Atlantic as they were looking to do some exploration on the Titanic? Do you have any comments on that? Do you have any comments on the Toronto mayor's race? So within a week, there's going to a new mayor for Toronto. I was interesting listening to that. I go onto YouTube and like everything I want to look at YouTube, I'm getting bombarded with an ad by Mark Saunders saying basically stop Olivia Chow. So it's not so much focusing on what he would do when he's mayor. It's now stop Olivia Chow. And the polls, advanced polls are saying, or the polls are saying that Olivia Chow is clearly the leader right now. And we'll see if anyone can take Olivia Chow down. But right now, it's looking that especially amongst decided voters, she is the choice. So does anyone have any comments on that? So whatever you want to chat about, this is your time. It's always your time, but even more so, we don't have a scheduled friend coming on. And again, I don't know. And also, have a prayer out for Ryan, his daughter. He shared last Monday that his daughter got hit by a car. And it's just like, wow. That's pretty crazy. So we got people chiming in from all over. So chat it to me. You have nothing to say? I don't believe it. I'm sure things you want to just share and have Dr. Okay. Sophia, I know I can always count on Sophia in another conversation. What's up for Q3 in the bank's interest rates and financial wealth? Looking forward to hearing about Black business. That's a really good question, Sophia. Some people say we're still heading for a recession. Some people say we're not. I'm beginning to pay more and more attention to the financial stuff. Like the U.S. Fed is saying that they're going to raise interest rates at least twice more this year. The Canadian Bank, the Bank of Canada, that's when they haven't said whether they're going to go next on interest rates. And I think their next announcement is July 12th, I believe. So it'll be very interesting to see if they make any upward on interest rates. I'm hearing things all over the place that, in Canada, I haven't heard, well, let's put this, the talk I'm hearing in Canada, interest rates aren't moving up, but you never know. You never know. So it's a good question. Hearing about Black business. Yeah. The question is, what are we hearing about Black businesses? What's going on in the world of Black business for all of you that are watching live? Whether it's Canada, US, wherever you are in the world, what are you hearing about Black businesses? What are your experiences with Black business? We're now somewhat past the pandemic. What's going on out there? You are the front line. You're as much as front line as I am. What are you hearing about Black businesses? Are they better off than before the pandemic? Do you know anyone who's got any loans and or grants? Would like to know. And Sophia, I'm going to see if I can find this story because I did see something about FACE and Coalition and TD Bank. I'm going to still see if I can keep on finding it. And it's interesting that announcement came off now, which is, okay, here we go. I did find something for you. I think, let me just make sure it's a recent story because I've just Googled it and I'm waiting to see. This internet is slow this morning. Okay. Fitnet Cycle, I think it's crazy that they had $1 million. Oh, I don't understand your typing there. Fitnet. I think it's crazy they had $1 million search for $5 billion for 5 billionaires. Well, not all of them were billionaires. Only one of them was a billionaire, but can't help others. Yeah, it's interesting priorities. Interesting. They have billions of dollars to spend on rescuing them, but no, I'm not. Maybe I was reading incorrect, Sophia. Yeah, maybe I was reading incorrect because I thought I saw something, but you know what? Don't quote me because I guess it would be on their social media. So maybe it's from I misquoted. So my apologies on that. Yeah, Fitness IQ Cam says, great question, Sophia, in regards to interest rates and all that. Well, I'll share a little interesting story about the loans and Black businesses. There was a establishment that myself and associate were in maybe about 2 months ago. Now, we had been in there before and the service was great. The owner, really bubbly, happy, came in this next time and she was not herself, to the point where she went to the back and I think it's her partner was serving us. And we noticed that something was not right, obviously. So long story short, she had found out that I guess she had received a loan through one of these Black entrepreneur programs. And it was starting to be payment time. And she was stressed and needed some help and reprieve. So long story short, they did get it. I'm pretty sure the establishment is still in existence. But my question is, how many of these establishments that have received loans, how are they handling their finances? And even too, if you've gotten grants, and this is just me, but I'm sure Ryan would say the same thing, and many others you can't sustain your business on grants. Grants is a short-term help, but not a long-term help. Now, if anyone wants to disagree with me, hey, put in the comments. But for long-term, you can't sustain most business running on a grant. It will catch up to you. It will catch up to you. Fitness IQ Cam, what you say about that? Sophia, what you say about that? Would love to get your input on it. Got people chiming in from all over. So yeah, come on, folks. I'm calling you out. What do you want to chat about this morning? What's on your mind? What's on your heart that you want to share with Dr. Vibe? Would love to get you. Okay, Sophia, Sophia, you know what? I'd love to, if you're up to it, Sophia, we'd love to have you on. Not today necessarily, but if you have some time, we'd love you to come on a morning vibe and give us a lens from Black Ottawa. So part of these programs need to have mentors and a focused repayment plan even before you get accepted for the loan. I hope they have that. If they don't, that's not setting up for success. That's not setting up for success. So what do you know about these programs, Sophia? I don't know a lot, but I'm speaking. They should have. If they don't have mentors, red flag. Red flag. Absolutely big red flag. I agree with you there. Have some financial management, have a plan in place, set up, have processes in place, etc. And then how are all the, if you are a Black-owned business, how are you dealing with AI? Good morning, Roger Dundas. Roger Dundas, co-founder and publisher of buyblacks.com. Good to have you here. As always, great interview with Selwyn Richards last night, Roger. Enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. Selwyn's on point. Have not seen him in a long time. Need to link up with Selwyn again. And Fitness IQ Cam says, yes, I agree to Sophia's comment that mentors, any of these programs need to have mentors and a focused repayment plan even before you get accepted for the loan. Well, I'm sure if they're dealing with banks, the banks will set up to have a repayment plan. But also, if you're getting money from the bank, you need to have a plan in place. And Fitness IQ Cam says, your business have to have actual revenue to succeed. Yes, there's a difference between sales and revenue. Big difference. Big difference. This is why people are stressed out. Also, you should not step into the loan arena if you're not able to pay back the loan. You think? Sophia? You think? Thanks, sir. Am I going to Chef Selwyn Taste tomorrow? I wasn't planning to. I'd like to go. Let's put it that way. But it was really good. Shirley J, I agree with you guys. Yes, absolutely. And Shirley J runs Black Canadian content creators. Engage with them, especially if you are a business and you need content creation done. Shirley has a roster, if I can say that word, or a roster, a group of Black Canadian content creators that can help you with content creation and help you amplify your business, product, or service. Absolutely. Shirley, actually, what's going on with Black Canadian media? Give me some commentary. And there she is, Dr. Tachi. Good morning, y'all. Host of Mediascope, the livest online show about media, tech, and pop culture on 5 p.m. on Instagram, 5 p.m. Eastern Times, Wednesday on Instagram, and then YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays. Dr. Tachi, how is things going with Indie Soup Media, the new venture? Also, Dr. Tachi, I don't know if you saw this, but you're pretty up on your media stuff. You see that Ross Brand now has a collaboration with StreamYard. Hello. Ross Brand has and Dr. Tachi would know who he is. I know who he is. Probably most of you won't, but Ross Brand is a pretty prolific, non-melanated online broadcaster, has written books, etc. Has been a live stream individual for a number of years, has a collaboration with StreamYard. And she goes, yes. So maybe it's time, maybe when Indie Soup Media gets kicking, maybe Indie Soup Media, we should approach StreamYard to see if we can get a collab with them because of the reach you have with your collaborators, maybe of something of interest. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. All right. And she says, Ross is a great person. Absolutely. Ross has been a great servant to so many people when it comes to the live stream space. So yeah, just doing a refresh here. Morning Vibe, Dr. Vibe here today. Yes. And Dr. Jess says, indeed, with Indie Soup Media. Yes. So yes, absolutely. So we're just having open house, town hall, whatever you want to talk about. I've dropped some subjects. Okay. Hayden, long time no chat. Hope you're doing all right. Speaking of finances, when does Paku go live? Great question. I have not heard anything about Paku. I've heard like crickets. I don't know. Are they? I'm guesstimating, and I wear the word guesstimating, that they're still in the process of being considered, but I have not. Ryan would probably know a little bit more than myself. So if Ryan comes on today or on Monday, we'll ask. Sophia J.S., let's be serious. Some of these programs are just accepting people to not working with folks to see them through the process of the loan. Ouch. I've heard that from many people, that it's just a numbers thing, that there's some, I've heard from other people that it's just basically a numbers game. Organizations are just having people go through the program and to just check, like a checkbox. So we had this many people go through. So you're not the first person to say that. You're one of many that have said that. And you also say, and loan officers, please don't accept folks who you know aren't ready. They're not. I've heard many more people, Sophia, that have not got accepted than have got accepted. So and people still have to know the process, and they've got to be prepared. Really and truly. When people hear, oh, money, for especially grant money, I'm just quoting one of my elders, Louis Marsh from Zero Gun Violence Movement. He does not like, we're talking about some of the funding Olympics. That's what he likes to call it, the funding Olympics. I know Ryan and Chris Beth Cowie of Empowered Forex have been doing some things in regards to this new social enterprise loan that the government has made available. One of the things that Black businesses have to realize, it's not exclusively applications from Black businesses. It's everybody. So it's even a more challenging competition to get money from this loan program. Not even loan, I think it's a grant program. So it's the funding Olympics. I think that one of the best professions to be in the last 3 or 4 years in Canada, especially, is grant writers. Does anyone know a good grant writer? I should ask Ryan. Does he know anyone who's good at grant writing? And we'd love to have him on the Morning Vibe show and ask them, what's their process? How has their business been over the last 2 or 3 years? Because with everyone I know, grants, and nothing against grants. If you can go after them, no problem. I'm as a strong opponent, even strong about getting sponsorships, but that's a whole other conversation. But for me, the sponsorship route is a better long-term play than getting a grant. That's just me. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. All right. So just making a little reminder, Morning Vibe, Dr. Vibe here again. Please like the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube and hit the notification button, and like the Dr. Vibe show on Facebook and LinkedIn. Also, too, join our Discord group. Email me at dr.vibe@the.drvibeshow.com. What else is going on? I can bring up conversation topics, but I want all of you to drive the ship today. I just want to steer the ship. Want you all to drive the ship. And we're having a good flow going, so let's keep it coming. Actually, as I mentioned at the front of the conversation today, I'm going down to the Black Entrepreneur Conference down in Windsor on Monday. The conference lasts from Tuesday to Friday. I'm going to Windsor, arriving there Monday afternoon. I'm coming back Tuesday night because I got too much stuff to do here. What conversation topics? And actually, I need to have Ryan here today. Are they doing any live streaming? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think they are. But what topics would you like discussed at the Entrepreneur Conference? Actually, I do have a schedule. Just give me a second here, and I can share with you the conference agenda. But that's a good question. I don't think it's being live streamed. So if you're there, you're there. Other than that, you can't have access to it unless they're gonna let me see. Okay, so the correct name of the conference is the Black Entrepreneur Ecosystem Conference. And so I'm just pulling up the agenda. So some of the topics: how to make a profitable investment in the screen sector. So there's basically the first day on the Tuesday is all about arts, and then building stronger relationships through stories. So a lot of film. Tanya Lee Williams of Real World Film Festival is going to be one of the people there. Okay. Myself and Roger Dundas, publisher and co-founder of Buy Blacks, will be on a panel with Patricia Bea-Mawa. She's the executive vice president of Silver Trust Communications, which is national content creator. Robert from FIVA TV, Kenny from GBKM, and myself were on the panel talking about Black media platform owners discuss the importance of controlling their own narrative and distribution of Black content. So that's the panel I'm on with Roger from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Tuesday. So that will be interesting. Yeah, so that's some of the things that are coming. Okay. You know what? I love Sophia because I can always count on her for great content. She says, we as Black people also have to take some accountability for what we want for ourselves. Saving money is important. If you want purchasing power, it takes money to buy land and assets, money, and so on and so on. Well, I'm just going to add on what you shared there, Sophia. Not only purchasing power, but investment power. Because it's always said that the Black buying power is in North America is 1.6, by purchasing power is $1.6 billion. I don't necessarily, purchasing is good, but what are we investing in? Black investment power is $1.6 billion. What are we putting our monies to buy land and assets and so on and so on? Absolutely. But I think investment power is just as important, if not more important, than buying power. But let me just see what other things they're talking about the Entrepreneur Conference. International trade opportunities, procurement, doing business in import-export with Africa, workshop building, growing, and sustaining Black charitable organizations, bringing vision and purpose into life. Okay. Interesting. What are you experiencing? Your outputs, measuring programs and organizations, mentoring each other. Okay. And Sophia says investments too. Absolutely. Yes, $1 trillion. Yes, $1.6 trillion. Thank you for the correction, Macmillan Group. Ray, hope all is well with you. Fantastic. So that's, as I said, just covered some of the Fitness IQ says, preach Sophia. Sophia's on fire. Need to have you on, Sophia. So contact me via Black Channel. Would love to have you on one morning on the Morning Vibe. So you know how to get a hold of me. You have my phone number. You can text me, call me, or you have my email address. Would love to hear from you in regards to your passion and some of the thoughts that you have in regards to the melanated landscape in this country. Oh my goodness. So preach Sophia. So Pastor Sophia has a fan with Fitness IQ Cam. That is great. All right. What else, family? Chat it to me. What else is going on? I am just going to check to see, because I'm just checking to see if Ryan is going to join us today via back channel. So just hold on. Okay. So he said he won't be able to make it. He's on the road, which Ryan is a lot. He is definitely on the road. Fitness IQ Cam, yes, investment power. Absolutely. Investment power. Ray, our success as entrepreneurs will be realized when our outlook takes on a global perspective. For those of Caribbean origin, the first step is looking at opportunity there. Absolutely. There is a lot of opportunities there. I will say, and Sophia gives thank you to FitNance. Going back to Ray's comment, the last time I was in the Caribbean, my mind got totally opened up saying there is huge opportunities there. Even from the simplest opportunities of doing your business remotely from the Caribbean, it sort of it did come to my mind saying, you know what? Maybe I should like live down here during the winter. Like I can be my melanated snowbird. And in the wintertime, don't have to worry about snow, cold, ice, and just hang out there because I do all my stuff basically virtually, you know. So FitNet's IQ is going, sorry, semi-training someone trying to multitask. No, hey, we appreciate that, but focus on your training. Especially if at a job, we don't want you to get in trouble watching this at your job, but we appreciate your energy and your efforts. No problem. Dr. Tachi says, yeah, there are so many ops in the Caribbean and Africa. Well, there are, but they are shrinking gradually because other countries are taking advantage of them. And a lot of people who don't look like us are taking advantage of them. Ray says, very easy to do it once you have a plan, Dr. Vibe. Agreed. I am working on something has been set up for me. It's now what my decision is next. So Ray, I'm going to reach out to you and get your valued experience on what I can do with the next steps. Do it, Dr. Vibe. What, live in the Caribbean in the wintertime? That wouldn't be bad. I'd be further south than you, Dr. Tachi, because I know you're in Fort Lauderdale. I'd be further south than you. I hope you wouldn't be jealous. So that would be cool. But yeah, that I began to think that way. Oh, FitNet IQ goes, ooh, so that means if I did that, FitNet should come and visit. Oh my. But yeah, the opportunities, like I said, the last time I went there, I said, you know what? I could just hang out here because really and truly, I do I'd say 90% of my business online now, which is interesting. I actually spent 2 days on site with a client this week. Now, it was great. It was in downtown Toronto, and the drive was interesting at best, but hey, I got remunerated nicely, so it was worth it. But very rarely I go down to Toronto. Hayden says, your North American money goes so much further in the Caribbean, first point. Okay. So Ray's saying the opportunities are not shrinking. Many of us are risk adverse, thus not capitalizing on the opportunities. I'm currently in the midst and seeing the opportunities in abundance. Okay. So Ray is telling us that the opportunities are still there. That's why you need to reach out to Ray McMillan if you're interested. What I'm going to do. So if the little promo here for Ray, go touch base with him. The McMillan Group. Phone numbers, Canada, US, toll free, website, email. Probably the best way to get in contact with Ray at the present time is via email. So there you go. So the opportunities are still there. FitNet IQ goes, as long as there's good Wi-Fi. Yes, well, I'll just say where I reside when I'm down there, very good Wi-Fi. Very good. I can't afford not to have good Wi-Fi because not only personally but professionally, I need good internet connection. So hopefully there'll be good Wi-Fi on the train down to Windsor on Monday, so we can do a show. So yeah, the opportunities are down there still. So that's why you get in contact with individuals like Ray who is front line, know what's going on down there. All right. What else? Talking about business in the Caribbean. And I was a little while back hoping to get someone who is frontline down there to speak about that. And I know there's at least two people I know, and that are doing it down there right now. So hopefully we can get them on. Would the family here find it of interest, people who know would have some first frontline knowledge of business opportunities or housing opportunities in the Caribbean? Would that be of use, or would you find that information valuable in regards to that? Okay. So Hayden says, when we invest in the Caribbean, it's our own people that we're building. Good point. Very good point. McMillan Group, Wi-Fi is perfect in most of the Caribbean, even in rural areas. Dr. Vibe knows that better than rural Canada. Well, I don't know what it's like in rural Canada, but I know in the Caribbean, a lot of places are, and it's one of those things, a lot of people may think that the Caribbean is behind, but in some areas, they're ahead of us and more creative than North America. So definitely don't minimize the opportunity infrastructure. I'll just leave it at that. And again, chat with people like Ray to find out if you're interested in things like that. What's going on? As Marvin Gaye would say, what's going on? All right, family, keep it coming. Great conversation going this morning. Great conversation. Anybody else? I can bring some topics, but all of you family are doing a great job this morning. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Oh, yes. Sophia, you brought another. Meta will be restricting news in Canada. I know a little about this. I don't know a lot about that story, but maybe Dr. Tachi, excuse me, Dr. Tachi, if you're on, she's probably my number one go-to person when it comes to media, tech, and pop culture. I know a little bit about it, but I don't know the full story. So let me just type and see what's going on with that, because I do know that's going to be impacting. Oh, here we go. Okay, yes. Okay, so I'm going to go pull up something on the CBC News website. Okay. So thank you, Sophia. Okay. All right, so we'll continue our conversation with the Caribbean in just a moment, but Sophia brought up a really good story that I've heard a little bit about, but now it looks like people should be aware of this, especially people who are content creators. Let's bring up this story with us. Okay. So this from the CBC News website. Meta to start blocking news content for up to 5% of Canadian Facebook and Instagram users. It says Meta is a parent company of Facebook and Instagram, will soon block some Canadian users of Facebook and Instagram from accessing or posting news content on their platform. The move, which the social media giant announced in a blog post on Thursday, comes in reaction to the looming passage into law of Bill C-18, the Online News Act. Facebook has said it will be forced to block news from content from its platforms in Canada if the bill becomes law, something that could happen as soon as this month, as the bill is currently being considered in the Senate. Among other stipulations, the bill would require tech giants to pay Canadian media companies for linking or otherwise repurposing their content online. As, quote, as we prepare to comply with this legislation, we are announcing today that we will begin tests on both platforms that will limit some users and publishers from viewing or sharing some news content in Canada. Okay. So between 1% and 5% of the 24 million Canadians who use Facebook or Instagram will be included in the test, which will start soon. Different content may be blocked for different users on different platforms, said Rachel Coran, the head of public policy for Meta Canada. Quote, it won't be a uniform experience necessarily, unquote, she said. Quote, some news links won't be shareable on Facebook, but it might not be that experience on Instagram. It will be a different experience on different surfaces. Quote, throughout the testing period, which will run for several weeks, a small percentage of people in Canada who are enrolled in testing will be notified if they attempt to share news content. The test means that a user would not see links for articles or videos from news publishers anywhere in the feed. A user would be blocked from sharing content to other people. Whoa. I'm not going to go any deeper in that, but wow. Okay. Thank you, Sophia, for bringing that up. So, if Shirley of Black Canadian Content Creators is on, what do you think about that? And also, Dr. Tachi, what do you think about that? Both you are in that content creation game. That is interesting. Okay. Getting back to the Caribbean, one thing Ray is saying, one of the first things is for us is to familiarize ourselves with the entire region, not just one island. Hashtag discover, learn, invest. Agreed. Find out about the whole region. And I'm fault at that. I only know about certain areas, but that's, again, get information from evaluated people who have the evaluated experience, who are there, who are doing it. Now, huge. Both great two topics we're jumping on right now. Investing in the Caribbean and also meta blocking. So Sophia says, so we'll have paywalls or complete blackout, and links won't be able to be shared. Wow. So if you're a user of Facebook and Instagram, putting other news providers' content, if you're in Canada, may be blocked in the very near future. Okay. And Fitness IQ Cam says, I dislike paywall. Why do you dislike paywall? Hayden says, bully gangster tactics because they don't want to pay news producers. Interesting. What are people's thoughts? I really want to hear from Shirley J. and also Dr. Tachi on this, because they are in that space. And even Sophia, what do you think about the legislation? You brought it to the digital table this morning. What do you think about it? Very, very interesting. I don't think any legislation like that is in the US as of yet, but very, very interesting to hear what's going on. I've been somewhat paying attention to Bill C-18, but I haven't been giving it full. So now I'm going to have to dig in and do some research on it. But yeah, that's crazy. That's really, I'm not saying crazy, but understand, obviously there's business reasons and all that. And we need to get someone who's a digital expert on the platform. And again, that's another thing I want to encourage. If any of you are watching live on the replay, if you have guest suggestions for the Morning Vibe, for the Dr. Vibe Show, for Black Canada Talking, please contact me. Okay, Ray is up saying, I have noticed a lot of paywalls now. Do paywalls have to do with ensuring the authenticity of the content, since anyone can share content without validation? Good question. I think, Ray, part of it maybe people want to get paid. Because a lot of, I guess, online sites are realizing, oh, it's great to share stuff online, but you got to make money. You got to make money. Okay, so Sophia says, content can't be free always. Ask Dr. Vibe, i.e. sponsorship. Yeah. Look, do any of you watch TV? Do any of you know these things called advertising? Advertising pays for a lot of the content you see on television. So again, anything you watch on television, most of the times, you're going to see ads. Those ads help pay for the content you're seeing. Hayden says, I believe that they put others' news on platforms for profit without having to pay for the source of news. That is, you are correct there. So sharing information on other people's platforms or on your platform with the content creator of that information not getting remunerated. There you go. And the days of free are quickly drying up. And for example, again, the big thing this year has been AI. AI. Well, a lot of platforms are offering, well, they're very less and less platforms are offering their AI services for free. A lot of them are offering pay right out of the box. They're not even giving you time to try it out. It's right out of the box. Ray says, most of the content I consume is from paid sites. I find it more credible and less sensational. And there is no pop-ups, which can be annoying. That's a very interesting point, Ray. And I'm not a fan of the pop-ups, but there are a number of people that believe, have pop-ups. I'm not a personal fan of going to a site and having a pop-up come right up. But again, you got to market your service. And a lot of times pop-ups come out so people can get your email address. And getting data, if you're a marketer, is really important. So they want to get that data. They want to get your name on their email lists. So the newsletters. So I see the good and potentially not good of that about the pop-ups. But, we could do it here, but I choose not to. No, the way I do it is through a lower third. So I don't want to put a pop-up in your face. I do something. So Fitness IQ says some pop-ups are annoying. Agreed. Instead of a pop-up, what I do with this is say, you know what? That's my pop-up. Please like the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Also, please like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook and LinkedIn. That's my form of pop-up. I don't want when you come in, the first thing you get hit in your face is a pop-up. No, that's not my style. I don't go for that. I don't go for that. But yes, more and more paid sites. And it's interesting, Ray, how you say that most of the content from your sites are from paid sites, find it more credible and less sensational. I still see that for now, but I see just there are more questionable content sites that are putting themselves as pay sites. Okay, Sophia says Australia was able to hammer out an agreement with them, so Canada will just have to stumble through all the difficult period with Meta and Canadian government to come to an understanding. Yeah, I do believe you are, and I'm piggybacking. I did hear something about the content stuff with Meta and Australia that they did come to an agreement. Didn't know when it was done. Excuse me, but it has been done. And I want to, if you're into this kind of stuff, I would suggest you look at what other regions of the world are doing, especially Europe. Like Europe don't play with the digital people. Like they find Facebook, they have find Google. Like it's a total different ball game in regards to the digital giants like Google, Facebook, or Google Meta. Sorry, like the Europeans, they do not play with the Googles and the Metas of the world, or they just lay down the law and they will find them, and they have find them in the past, and they periodically find them. Actually, I heard a story yesterday. Anyone know about a company called Amazon? Maybe. Well, Amazon is being sued by the Federal Trade Commission in the United States for having unlawful practices. And what the court case is about is that about their enrollment like once you become an Amazon Prime member, it's seems to be very difficult to not become a member, or like get rid of your membership. And it's actually interesting. I think to become an Amazon Prime member, it's like one click on their website. But if you don't want to be a member anymore, it's like 5 or 6 clicks, not clips, clicks, not clips, clicks. So they're being sued by the American government about their like make it being too hard to not become a member. But what's really interesting on that is they actually have a trademark on their one-click process. It's actually trademarked, their one-click process. Amazon don't play, family. Amazon does not play, but they actually have a patent on their one-click process. So has anyone here ever tried to like dissolve their Amazon Prime membership if you have one? Is it easy? Because I know it's very easy to become a Prime member. It's like one click and you're good. But if you don't want to be a member anymore, it's a process. It is definitely a process. Fantastic. Dr. Tachi, Amazon does not play at all. They do not. They do not play. So, Dr. Tachi, you're still with us. What do you think about this legislation in Canada and this what's going down with Facebook, Meta in Canada now blocking sharing of content on their platforms? I didn't know you were still here, so I'd love to get your take on that. And Dr. Tachi says, I've never tried to stop being an Amazon Prime. I use Amazon so much. Yeah, Amazon's got it locked down, family. And the funny thing is, Amazon has so many different business models. You've got Amazon retail shopping. They also create content for people to watch television. So that's another business arm compared to their content creation versus a Netflix, where Netflix's main line of business is creating content, whereas Amazon has different entities going on. Oh, okay. Sophia says Amazon needs to go sit down. she ups about world domination and what's not. Okay. Macmillan Group goes, it's always a process. Remember those BMG and Columbia House memberships? Remember until you die. LOL. Yes. Who remember the old Columbia House memberships? The tapes? Oh, that's going back. Oh, the Columbia House memberships. That's going back. That is going back. I'm sure there are one or two people who are in the conversation right now that remember the Columbia House and BMG memberships. Yeah, they were not easy to get out of. Not at all. They were very challenging. Yeah, I totally agree with Ray. Amazon is an amazing business model, perfect thesis for an MBA student. Absolutely. Like a lot of entrepreneurs study companies like Amazon. Like, remember a little story, Jeff Bezos, former head of Amazon, he had a really good job at making $300,000 a year. I think he was an engineering student, and I don't know how if he was in some sort of environment. He said, "Okay, I want to start selling books online," and people thought he was crazy. So a lot of people who use Amazon right now won't know or won't remember they started selling books online, and look what now they sell everything, so many things online. Dr. Tachi, Facebook is just trying to get away with not paying news publishers for the work. They're saying pay up, so Meta is blocking. Don't worry, they'll get it back. They'll get it back to them. Okay, so that's Dr. Tachi's take. Wonderful. Yeah, not paying news publishers. Meta. All right, next up, Meta. Yep, no problem, Dr. Tachi. Yeah, definitely. The next time we have Dr. Tachi on, well, she said it briefly before, but maybe she can go in a deeper dive. She has some very clear thoughts and opinions about Meta. There's a phrase she uses: masters of nothing, owners of or copiers of everything. I don't know the phrase you use, Dr. Tachi, but you have a quote you always use when it comes to Meta. So that's the case. That's the case. Absolutely. All right. Anything else? Good morning, Mr. Tim Frey. What is up? Hope all is well. I don't know if I'll see you at the conference next week, ecosystem conference. Yes, Dr. Tachi calls Meta master of none. Master of none. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Master of none, Facebook. This is great. This is great. Okay. Ray Ray did a study of Canadian Tire business model in 1995 as part of a course as I was starting my entrepreneurship journey. Budding entrepreneurs need to study the giants of retail. Fully agree. Fully agree. I'm in the part of my journey right now. If there's some company or someone that I'm interested business-wise, I don't necessarily want what they have. I want what they know. I want what they know. So even today, studying the Canadian Tire journey, if you're in Canada, study it. In the US, Walmart, uh, Amazon, like, go just Google top 10 retailers in whatever country you're in. Pick one, study them. They're top 10 for a reason. Dr. Tachi says the Macmillan Group, mortgages and real estate indeed. Dr. Tachi, have you reached out to Ray yet, by the way? I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Yes, Tim is one of the keynote speakers on Wednesday next week in Windsor, so I'll see you there Tuesday for your panel. Okay, well, thank you. Looking forward to having you there and looking forward to getting your take. It's only an hour, which is going to go by like that, but we'll have some of the foremost Black media owners, Black Canadian media owners and content creators at a table for 1 hour. It's going to go by so fast, but we'll do the best we can with 1 hour. Absolutely. But yeah, I don't believe it's being live streamed. I don't think it is. So you've got to be there to get the experience. Though I do know they're doing they're documenting it. So I don't know what they plan to do with it. I know there's going to be highlights and things like that. On top of that, I don't know what they're going to be doing with the content going further in regards to repurposing. So that's that. All right. Anybody else? Anybody else? What we got going on? What are everyone's plans for the weekend? We'll start winding it down now. Anyone have interesting plans for the weekend? Or any final thoughts on this morning's Morning Vibe on June 23rd? We have any final thoughts, comments? Like I said, Monday, everything being blessed, I'll be on a train car and Ryan will be at his home and we're doing the Morning Vibe. We're going to have a first. We'll have a mobile edition of the mobile of the Morning Vibe. Mobile edition, too many M's there. Mobile edition. I'm late to the conversation. Has anyone mentioned Raptors pick last night? Grady Dick. I know nothing about him. So I'll give you a few moments, Tim. But interesting, a lot of changes with the Raptors. New coach, Fred VanVleet probably not coming back. Gary Trent Jr. is re-signing or staying here for a while. Haven't heard anything about that. I didn't pay any attention to the NBA draft. I know Victor Wembanyama, I believe was first pick. Haven't paid any attention other than that. Also, too, what's his name? Chris Paul is now a Golden State Warrior, for those who are fans. So in 1 week, Chris Paul became a Washington Wizard. Now he's a Golden State Warrior. Interesting. Flag football starts. So for those you don't know, Fitness IQ Cam is a star flag football player. So I'm seeing if she gives me permission to watch one of her games. Maybe I'll video it and show it on the Morning Vibe. She is a star player. Tim Frey, I don't know much about him, but after checking him out, he could be our Larry Bird. LOL. Okay. LOL. Well, speaking of which, Tim, what do you think of Masai Ujiri's future? I was chatting that with a basketball head the other day. What is Masai Ujiri's future? Do you see Masai Ujiri here 3 years from now? Dr. Tachi, that is fantastic. All right, I think that she's giving compliments to Fitness IQ Cam. So I'll just wait to see. and Ray goes, meaning he can't jump Tim? LOL. And Sophia Jacob, have a fantastic weekend, fam. Blessings. Thank you, Sophia, for making this conversation epic. And again, truly mean it. Anytime, would love to have you come on the Morning Vibe from Ottawa and give us a lens on what's going on in Black Ottawa. Would really appreciate it. As always, remember to give yourself and don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Thank you, Sophia. All right. Anybody else? Okay. Years in early. Yes, 3 years is an eternity in pro sports. That is true, Hayden. I just want to know how long does Majai have? Because there was rumors in the past, like the New York Knicks were wanting to go after him. Didn't happen. So just wanted to know for the Toronto sports fans, what they think. Tim Frez, I see him developing and running the African NBA franchise. Hello. Interesting take. Interesting take. African NBA. Yeah, that would be very interesting. So, Tim, do you see the day, and others can chime in here, that the NBA is a global league? Because you do have sports like the Major League Baseball. I think it's this weekend or a few weekends ago, had some games in London, England. NFL have a number of games in European cities during their season. Hayden says Masai is the best sport exec in this city. I think he loves Toronto. Interesting. Okay. Masai is a powerhouse. He is a powerhouse. Absolute powerhouse. Definitely. OMG, Dr. Vibe, you're too much. What do you mean? What do you mean? Fitness IQ Cam. Master trainer, multitasking, or as I like to say, multi-purposing, training and keeping up with the morning vibe. Timia says the NBA is already global. I know what you mean by that, team, but I mean franchise-wise. So you believe there'll be a franchise? And actually, okay. So Tim, here's a question for you. Do you think NBA will have a franchise in Europe first or Africa first? McMillan Group goes, I think it will get there in the next decade. The audience on other continents is growing rapidly, and the largest populations are outside of North America. Yes, and also more and more players of prominence are starring in the NBA. You know, the winner of the NBA championship this year, Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic. I hope I got his name right. If I butchered it, it's my head, not my heart. NBA, two-time NBA player of the year, also most valuable player of the playoffs this year. So more and more. I still think America produces the greatest number of great basketball players, but the other parts of the world, especially Europe, are catching up. Roger says, I don't think Paco has a license as of yet. I don't think they do either, but Roger, you'd be one of the first people to know because you would be told. And I haven't heard anything from Ryan either, so I don't think Paco has a license as of yet. Would like to know what the status of it is at that time. At this time. It'll be very interesting to see if they get a license. It'll be very interesting. We should have a sports morning talk show, LOL. I am open to have someone come on once a month and talk about sports, not only from the field, but the business side especially. That's a good idea, Tim. That's a good idea. Would you like to be that person? Okay. Hayden Morrison, by the way, Jamaica now has a pro basketball league going into its second season. I wasn't aware of that. Thank you for bringing that to the table. Race McMillan Group. I think the first franchise will be in Europe. Finding the right country on the continent may be a bit challenging. Yes, I agree with that. Dr. Tachi, we'll take a sports show. Okay. So we always have a lot of ideas coming up. So I will, well, if anyone wants to come in and talk about sports like once a month, so somewhat like what Ray McMillan does once a month about mortgages and real estate, and also Wayne Harris about finances once a month, I'd be very interested in that. Ms. Charmaine Hussey, welcome. Great idea, Tim. So people want a sports show. Whoa. Okay. Well, I could do something once a month about sports, but again, I'd only bring certain things. Like, would you like once a month we'd say, let's talk sports. And I'd bring maybe some things to the table and maybe Ryan, but it'd be a collaborative effort that everyone would sort of have our sports segment of the month. What do you think? Ray says many Caribbean nations have pro sports leagues several decades now, quite successful ones too. Okay. Okay. These I always love our conversations, but especially the ones where you as a family, you drive the ship. I did not have it in my alleged mind about doing a regular sports show. So it seems that some of you like that idea. Tell me what you'd like the sports show to look like. That's what I want to know. Give me some ideas about what would it look like. Yes, a great idea. The business sports and its impact on the Black population. You know what? A while back, I had a gentleman. Did we have him on the? We had him on the Morning Vibe. He's from the U.S. Gentleman named Jeff Lightsey Jr., and he specifically covers HS HSB H. I get it wrong. Dr. Tachi, help me. I don't want to pronounce it incorrectly. HSBU's sports. He does that, but I'd love to offer that opportunity. So if you know anyone who would be interested in doing that, coming on for a segment, Tim Frey, I mentioned that because I'll be in Barbados in September with CBC Barbados discussing content portal from Barbados to Canada, and one of their shows is sports. There you go. Tim Alford says we need many sports shows through and 24 hours a day. Yeah. So are you saying, Tim, something that mirrors or something like a ESPN or CBS Sports or a Fox Sports, that sort of thing? Hayden, the league in Jamaica is an international league based in Jamaica. Okay. I like I said, we have smart people here. I'm sure someone did not know that there's a league in Jamaica and it's international based in Jamaica. Wonderful. That's a very interesting, this sports thing. Interesting. But I'm very interested at least starting a sports segment, even if it's once a month. I think that'd be a really good idea. And also talking about the business of sports. Like, yes, the on-field stuff is one thing, but the business of sports. Have them talk, have someone come on and talk about Ja Morant. Someone talk about Zion Williamson. I won't get deep and dive in either one of them, but if you Google them, there's been enough things going on with them off the field. Both star players in the NBA. Ray says, back in the early 2000s, one of our clients was a marquee NBA player. I learned so much about the business through conversation. The player is a franchise in him, herself, could create jobs for hundreds. Absolutely. Well, that's not only with basketball players, but I consider basketball players and performers, they're all entertainers. And they have the power and ability to create hundreds of jobs. Hundreds of jobs. Fitness IQ Cam. Just 15-minute segment, not a whole hour. Okay. All right. Tim says, doesn't have to be large to compete with ESPN or Sportsnet, but we need to start and develop many sports talk shows. Interesting. Interesting. This is interesting. And Fitness IQ Cam says 15-minute segment. So is that Fitness IQ Cam 15 minutes a month in one of our shows? Or how often? The 15 monthly, bi-weekly, what? Or taking a specific sports topic and chatting about it for 15 minutes. Maybe that. I'm just putting it out there. Okay. I think we is done. But again, great ideas from all of you. I agree. I like the idea of the focus on HBCU sports. Yeah, I'll definitely I'll big him up. Jeff Lightsey Jr. has his own YouTube channel. He's on YouTube. Check him out. If you want to know about HBCU sports, he's go-to person for me. Go-to person. Ray says, agree, Dr. Vibe. It is a sector we don't pay enough attention to outside of the hardwood or gridiron. We need a contract lawyer to break it down for us. Yeah, this business of sports thing, really, really good. See if we can. So if anyone knows anyone who they feel would be a good alignment for the Dr. Vibe show, talking about the business of sports, please contact me. Please, I'd be really wanting to get that. I'm going to try to reach out to 1 or 2 people, but if you know anyone, I'd love the introduction. Love the introduction because, and actually, if you know what, if anyone knows a melanated sports agent, would love that. A melanated sports agent would be huge. Interesting enough, I had his name, Jalen Hurts, who is the melanated quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFL. Actually, just graduated, got his degree, but his agent is a melanated lady, and she's becoming a powerhouse in that game. So sports agents, a few things. Most sports agents don't look like us. Second of all, the ones that look like us are mostly male, and even fewer Black women who are melanated women who are sports agents. But if you know a sports agent, would love to have them on the Morning Vibe or any of the conversations I host. Would be great. All right. That's it for today. Thanks, everyone, for tolerating me today. Appreciate it, and don't take it for granted. So a few things as always. Let me just run down some things. As always, like the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Also, like the Dr. Vibe show on Facebook and LinkedIn, and also on any of the platforms that Ryan is a part of. And, Afro Caribbean Business Network. I think he also has his own. He does have his own YouTube channel. You're seeing it at the bottom there. Follow and tell people about it. And again, thanks for your continued support. It's appreciated, not taken for granted. As always, join the Morning Vibe Discord group. Please email me at dr.vibe@the.vibe.com. We can continue the conversation. Yeah, I'd love people to join, and let's work on this sports content thing. I really am interested in that. Can't do it alone, would need some people's help, but even just starting as a 15-minute segment like Fitness IQ Cam, that would be a great start. If you want to get a hold of me, website, the.vibe.com, email dr.vibe@the.vibe.com, YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn, The Dr. Vibe Show, Twitter @drvibeshow, and Instagram @the.drvibeshow.com. You can watch the replays scrolling at the bottom. Also, if you want to advertise your business or service on a show, like the McMillan Group does every Monday, please email me at dr.vibe@the.drvibeshow.com. All right. I know we have one more comment, so we'll put it up. Okay. Fitness IQ Cam is taking a talk and chatting. Okay. So Fitness IQ Cam, you're a member of the Morning Vibe Discord group. Can you put down your ideas and thoughts in the Discord group, please? Because once I shut this down, I'd have to go to YouTube and hopefully find the content that you've shared. And any of you, if you have ideas, join the Discord group. I think last show I showed whatchamacallit, State of Things with Aisha, Jill, and Lala. Their Discord page, the people on it are active all the time. There's stuff going on, and it's very good stuff. So I'm encouraging you, I'm challenging you outside of Fitness IQ Cam to join the Discord group. Email me, and we can make that happen. All right? So hope everyone has a great weekend. Monday, let's speak it. That I'll be in a train car, and we'll be doing the Morning Vibe mobile for the first time on the way to the Black Ecosystem Conference. Thanks, everyone, for watching live on the replay. It's appreciated, not taken for granted. As always, we close up like this. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions. Oh, we have one more comment. Let me just make sure I got to join the Discord. Dr. Tachi, right after this, I'll send you the link for the Morning Vibe group. Is that fair? So I'll send that to you. I'll send it to you because we know each other well enough. And actually, anyone who's here, just email me and we'll get you on. Like, if anyone else wants to join, even during a show, we can make that happen. Me too. Okay. So Ray and Dr. Tachi, look for by noon hour today, I'll send you a link and you can be part of the Discord group. So thank you. Appreciate it. Not taken for granted. Ray says, me too. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. So let's get back to this. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get small to get stronger. Block assumptions. Aim bigger, aim better, aim higher and wider. Love, faith, and respect. Remember to give yourselves grace and don't just manage your time, manage your energy. Check tomorrow night, State of Things with Aisha, Jill, and Lala. They're going to be on fire. Sunday afternoon, Black Canada Talking, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. State of Things with Aisha, Jill, and Lala tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Monday morning, 9 a.m. on the train. On the train. God bless. Peace well. Keep the faith and walk good. Thanks, everybody.